All right. So welcome everyone to the next Hive Talk. For any questions, either speak up or use the VC text spam. I just pinged everyone there so you know where you can drop your questions. I'm Clef. I'm community manager helping DeHive for now about 8 to 10 months, not sure. And we have a lot of team members here. Maybe you would like to explain yourself to the community.
Let me start from my side. I am Mike. I'm a CEO of DeHive. I manage a marketing and development team as well as business development. So I'm here to answer in general your questions and present our big deal about our DeHive application 2.0.
Great. We also have Josh. He's driving right now, so he's not be able to speak. And there is Kate as well. Would you like to tell us something about you, Kate? Looks like she's busy.
No,
Oh, you're
can you
here.
just I misheard.
All right. Would you like to explain yourself as well to the community?
Explain about me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, just some words from your side.
Yeah. Like I worked with Style, like you know, Dai, our marketing manager, CMO. But now it's more by myself, and now it's not just the Hive product; it's also our new will be on the near end. Our main company, Blaze blockchain development company, that provide smart contract security services, blockchain development. Yes, our core developers team from Blaze, and one. How it's to say, we celebrate this June because 6th June it was 5 years anniversary of Blaze.
Yay.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah,
birthday.
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're already 5 years on this market. We have started our company before 2017 bull run. We have a lot of experience already in blockchain and in software development. So we are doing a lot of stuff.
Very nice. It's always nice to hear having companies staying that long time. I mean, in blockchain years, it's probably much more years than just 5 because time is running like 3 times the speed as usual here.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so we have two topics we would like to talk about today. We
Mhm,
have the main topic will be the new dApp release, and also
mhm,
maybe Mike will tell us something about the future of the project
mhm,
and some plans for
mhm,
updates.
Okay, will do.
So should we start with the new dApp release from today? I just
Yeah.
lurked around it before for some minutes.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
found it like a better user experience than before as well, even better than with the last update you made. But I think the main reason was to give it a better structure for the backend to make it easier to implement it for you for further updates, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. In general, main updates not from UI side, yeah, but it has a lot of fix and new implementation from user experience side. But general idea was to rewrite core functionality of our application from backend side. First of all, we switched to a new architecture, yeah, and we switched from Next.js to React framework. So it means that our application will working faster, and we switch basic basic functionality to user side, not for server side. That's why it should be working faster. The second big part is structure and architecture. Because at the moment now we can expand it more quickly. We can edit new branches of functionality. We can change something in one place and it will be changed in all applications. And it's a totally new approach from our side. We have been working for it more than half of year. Yeah.
That sounds great. So this means for us, there is a lot of stuff coming from your side, a lot of informations running around with the new chains you are going to implement, and this update will make it possible for you to implement those chains in the
Yeah,
dApp.
this is and about chain as well, but it's more about new features as well because we get new approach to API, to UI improvements, to UI functionality, to price feed updates, to price feeds collected. For example, to implement graphs and indicators, UI indicators for price changing of token of our indices of some tools. It not a piece of cake was for us, but at moment it even more faster we can do it. That's why our next steps will be updating user experience. We want to add graphs. We want to add some new features, smooths between switching of functionality and so on.
I've read in the Medium post you guys made that you're also planning to bring some charts for the clusters.
Yep.
Are they already implemented with the update you just made, or will they follow in the future?
No. We focused just on updating core functionality because we decided to move in release and then fix some small bugs, some features, and then step by step implementing feature by feature. It's like development in every time we develop and release. So I think in nearest weeks and months, you will see a lot of small updates, new features, and so on.
That's great. So from what I understand, you just opened the gates to something bigger and implement more in the future. That's great.
Yeah. Because, for example, do you remember that we already talked about that new market maybe push our to switch or find new solutions? That's why this new application can afford us to make deal with all this stuff, and if we find some features that we want to add, not exactly about indices or something, tools what already we have talked about, we can do it.
Great. So what does that mean for now? Now you have the updated version of the dApp of DeHive, like the DeHive 2.0. What will be the next step you guys are planning or you guys are going to do?
I will underline three main directions. First, it's updating of user experience. It's graphs, new tools, new windows, and so on. Second one, Aurora development. We're already on our final stage with Aurora Cluster, and we'll be jumping to Aurora ecosystem. And this is the second one. And the third one, we have a lot of work to do for Metis, and that's why I don't know when we start development for Metis ecosystem, but in our backlog.
So right now, from what you said, you're working hard with Aurora to integrate their chain and their products into the platform.
It's not so easy. It's not so easy as we thought, because we EVM compatible too, but they have limitation from near side, because you know that Aurora is EVM machine inside of near Rust smart contract.
Mm-hmm.
So near Aurora work under near validators,
Okay.
and all limitation from near blockchain Aurora has two. For example, as already said, it's gas limitations. Aurora couldn't launch huge and no, not huge, big smart contracts. For example, as already launched on Ethereum side because of gas limitations. We are working to fix it, but all these limitations impact on our smart contracts and our appropriate way. We already have been launched for example, for Polygon or for BSC. We should we had to find new ways and new approaches to do it, and that's why we did a lot of work of investigations, because a lot of work have been done, and before release we realized that nothing works.
Mm-hmm.
And we write a lot of code. It was a crazy story during last 2 months, you know.
Yeah, in my opinion, you both are like crazy teams for me, because I mentioned it already in 2 Hive Talks or 3 Hive Talks ago. I still don't believe that you're or our devs or you guys are ever sleeping, because there is always something happening, always some new updates coming, even if even with the situation you have now in your country. You mentioned it before that you're trying to move in the country now because it looks a little bit better than in the beginning. But from what I heard, the Aurora team is also mainly based in Ukraine. Did that slow down the process, or do you think this is still something that's achievable in the next time?
I think it's not so impactful for them, because I know they have been based there, and I know that some of their staff still in Ukraine, but core team, as I know, already in Portugal.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
that makes it way easier to work with them.
yeah.
All right. So you've talked about the integration of Aurora in the future, about the charts you would like to integrate. You also mentioned in the Medium post. By the way, I can definitely recommend it for all the listeners to read it from the last update. It's a cool, nice information. And then you also talked about Metis, the Metis integration you're working on. So this will be the next step after Aurora. Is it correct?
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else you guys have in your heads, or you have in your drafts or in your notes you're planning on to work for? What's the next big thing?
You know, I think we just decided focus on small and middle-sized interactions, and then we are moving step by step. Because you know, on current market, you can't planning a lot, because, for example, 1 month and a half ago, we are planning to create some stablecoin index on USD base, for example, from Aurora side or from Polygon side. We should include USD stablecoin from Luna, yeah. and you know what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And all our plans moved to a site with Luna
Mm-hmm.
blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
So we we just fixed all our investigations and all our works and move it to trash. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so we'll see.
Nice. So since we have some new people who just recently joined, if you have any questions, feel free to speak up or use the VC text spam to put in your question. We have the CEO here of DeHive and also Kate from marketing and Josh from community management. So I'm sure all your questions could be answered. And I also want to note one more thing from the announcement today. They told us if there is any bug because of the update or anything not working, feel free to use the intercom support directly in the dApp, or you can also open here a ticket in the Discord to get in touch with a dev to solve your problem. Just want to mention that as well.
Would be great. Yeah, we know that we have some small bugs, but in general it should work because we had crazy 2 weeks of testing, of retesting all test environment from a lot of team members, and we decided moving forward on the current stage, but a lot of small stuff couldn't work. And if you find something and you from your perspective it should be fixed, please write it. It could be great, and I think if you find some really impactful point, I think it will be rewarded from our side.
Great. So there you have it. Find the bugs, get them fixed, and you get rewarded. Nice. Is there anything else, Mike, you would like to talk about today besides the topics we already talked about?
I just want to say thank you all our team, for you, Robin, for Kate, for Josh, for our devs, because despite all the current situations, we still together and we still working and developing our product. I know that the current situation in general in cryptosphere doesn't look good, but we have all hope to next market moves, and we still continue development and continue believe that if you're doing something good, you will get your good points from market and from users.
We have a question from Edwin Escalante. He wanted to know, or he mentioned that the token has no utility at this time. What short-term and medium-term measures are expected to be carried out so that the token has value? What is the development status of the DAO and when can we expect it to launch?
Thank you very much for your questions. Okay, let's begin from the token side. We already discussed it on our previous Hive Talks. Do you remember, Robin? Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. We thought about this point a lot, and we decided to postpone all this stuff about utility, because on current market, whatever you doing with your token, it doesn't work. We have a lot of discussions with our partners, with our colleagues, and we just working to a huge market products, and it doesn't depend on utility of token, but it doesn't mean that we will not doing something. We think about voting, we think about utility side from commissions, we think about burning token from some smart contract which we will connect. We don't think about a lot of small points, but we want to combine it to one token strategy, and after that begin implementing step by step. And at the moment we just looking around and collecting all these things. If we talk about DAO, we think that we will start from this first strategy and then moving to a snapshot, to staking and receiving the voting power of the second token, and then some community discussions and votings from a task from snapshot side. And then after that, we will think about DAO as accepted in general side. It's general thoughts.
So when I have the native token, I have them staked or at the platform, I'm allowed to have utility with it at the DAO, and I get rewarded in the native token. Is that correct?
Yep. Yep.
So what could be a possibility for me to vote for in the DAO? Do you have an example for that? Like
Examples,
adding
yes.
a specific
Yeah,
token per cluster?
If we are talking about similar products or another DeFi products, the utility functionality could be increasing of percentage rewarded for financial tools. It could be some closed tools for stakers, and it could be increasing rewards for staking. Depends on staking time.
So I see Martin is also typing something in the VC text spam. So I guess there's one more question maybe soon. Is the custom cluster feature still in the roadmap?
I just want to say it's still in the backlog, and we will back to it in the future, but I think not in the nearest, because it's too complicated at the moment, and I already answered for this question previous time.
Okay, so you're trying to implement the new chains first and also the DAO, and after that you're talking or thinking about adding a custom cluster. For those who don't know, the custom cluster is either with the DAO or with your own strength, you can create your own cluster with different tokens and have it staked on the platform of DeHive. All right, do we have some other topics we haven't spoken about today? We had DAO, we have the new app, we have the future with Aurora and Metis. What did we miss?
I think maybe I want to ask from my side. During previous weeks, I not just only these weeks, because as we already talked about that, we almost every day we exploring DeFi market and trying to find some good stable coin tools and solutions to improve on our platform and to boost an API. And we realized that after the market drop, it was very harmful dropping from stablecoin tools in general. And guys, if you have some examples or ideas about getting to our platform new tools, maybe new strategies, especially for stable coins, please write us, and we will collect it, and think how we can boost with rewards and implement to DeHive platform, because basic instruments, for example, from Aave or Compound or Curve, it's already 1-2% APY per year, and it's crazy low.
So as Mike said, if you have any strategy or idea to improve the stable tools we have now, or any other tool we don't have yet, give your information either in Telegram or here in Discord, and we will bring it straight to the team so we can think about it, write it down, and maybe implement it in the future.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Great. So if there aren't any more questions, I would thank you very much for coming, as well for Mike,
Thank you.
Kate, and Josh to be here to make this AMA or this Hive Talk amazing as usual. Maybe some last words from you, Mike?
Yeah, I have already said, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting. Peace for all of you. And we'll move forward. See you in the next Hive Talks.
See you. Thank you.
See
Was
you
cool.
then. Thank you very much for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.